We are here at Carolina Sprint Car race at 311 Speedway. Daren Bolac joins us. Hey man, how are you?
Doing good.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit. We have drivers from all over the place. You're from Eastern North Carolina, correct?
Right, that's correct. Moyock, North Carolina.
Moyock, North Carolina. Now, where do you race at normally?
Normally it's with the Virginia Sprint Series group throughout Virginia. Then every now and then we sneak up to PA. Then we like to come down here for a show or two.
Yeah, Eastern, we talk about the state of North Carolina, and it sounds like you should race here, but Eastern North Carolina is a long way away from the middle part of the state.
Oh, it is. We're about 4.5, almost 5 hours from home.
Wow.
So it's home. We go to some Virginia races, or we average 3 to 4 hours for those shows. So.
Yeah. How did a guy from Eastern North Carolina get into sprint car racing?
Way back when, I started in stock cars, and then a track close to us, Virginia Motor Speedway, started a 305 deal, and I had always wanted to get into sprints. I met Doug Ash at Hagerstown years ago, and I was like, man, these are some unreal race cars. Now those are 410s, so it's a different animal, but same car. But anyway, I've always had a passion for sprints. I come from late model territory, and they don't even know what a sprint is. And Dixieland Speedway, we run there, and more and more people in our area are starting to know what sprints are. But yeah, so that's how I got into it. And we started with Virginia Motor Speedway. They ran 3 seasons, and then we got with the French Grimes Race Saver group, and Jim Haynes and French done a great deal. And now it's turned into a national thing, and it was going national way before I started. And here we are. So now we get to go around the country a little bit. It's, we stay mainly on the East Coast, but we do go out to nationals at Eagle, Nebraska, and they get close to 100 car count for a national event. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
I got a couple things. Okay, Doug Ash. Okay, that's like one of our idols. We talked to Doug Ash, the Hammer.
Yes, sir.
So that's your introduction to sprint car racing. It's no wonder you got hooked on with that guy.
Yeah. Well, he was driver for Mr. Leach back then in the 30 car.
Okay.
And we walked through the pits, and I was trying to learn what it's about with these sprints, and looking in the cockpit. And he said, "Hey man, why don't you jump in? We're looking to sell this car." And I didn't even know it was Doug Ash. I didn't know who Doug Ash. I knew the name, but I never met him. And then I introduced myself, and kind of found out we ended up buying a roller from him. And he helped me out a ton. For the next 3 years, I wore his phone out on what to do with these cars. Back then, we actually had a sponsor that sent me to Smiley's driving school.
Yeah.
So I knew how to even start one of these things. And like I said, Doug helped us out a lot when we started out. And yeah.
Finally, going out to nationals. What's that event like? That's one of those bucket lists. We've talked about it on Wing Nation. It hits a weekend where it's really tough to do with Labor Day weekend. What's that like to go out there to that big event out in Eagle, Nebraska?
It's an awesome event. Roger and them, they put on a great deal. With French being there and keeping everybody in check with the rules and tech, it's an unreal event. It's tough. That's a tough little track, especially for us going out there. We don't have any tracks that compare to that, so we always. Myself, I just don't have that talent to jump in and be fast. It normally takes us a day and a half to get to that speed. But it's probably my favorite racetrack to run. It's high banked, it's short, it's racy, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of cars, and they sell it the same way. And you have to race your way in, no matter how fast or good you are. There is no qualifying and so forth. It's hammered down heat races, and you gotta. When you finish a heat race, if you're first, you go into A. If you're fifth, you might be in the E. So it's a tough deal. It's
tough
a real tough deal.
For sure. Darren, great catching up with you. Great chatting with you. Fun chatting with you. Have fun out here tonight.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
How about that? Daren Bolac, one of the drivers from all over the place racing here tonight at 311 Speedway in Madison, North Carolina.